Hello, and welcome to Homeownership, Section 3, Lesson 3, The Unfulfilled Promise of Fair Housing. Today you will read the article, The Unfulfilled Promise of Fair Housing. You will analyze the author's argument thoroughly and address the policies of racial segregation. Then you will write a summary of the article. Here is our culminating writing task prompt. Through reading of the unit text and additional research, you will develop an argument in response to the unit question. Is the dream of homeownership viable for all Americans? Within a more focused subtopic area. Using information from your reading, you will develop an argumentative thesis supported by a series of evidence-based claims, including at least one counter-argument to an opposing perspective or position. You will organize your thesis, claims, and evidence into a unified, coherent, well-reasoned argument that addresses a specific purpose and audience. Here are our learning targets for this lesson. Can you understand the policies of racial segregation in Levittown? Can you summarize information presented to you? For this lesson, you will need your reading response journal, the article, The Unfulfilled Promise of Fair Housing, and the annotation reference guide. You're going to read the brief biography of Martin Luther King Jr. Then you will answer the questions in your reading response journal. Martin Luther King Jr. was born on January 15, 1929. He was an American Christian minister and activist. He became a well-known leader during the civil rights movement of the 1950s and 1960s. King believed in using nonviolence and civil disobedience to progress the cause of civil rights. On April 4, 1968, he was assassinated. The questions that you will be answering are, who was Martin Luther King Jr., and how could he be related to segregation in Suburbia? As you answer these questions, I want you to think about the following. What was Martin Luther King Jr.'s goal in relation to housing? How does this differ from what you read about in the previous lesson? You will have 5 minutes to complete this activity. Before reading The Unfulfilled Promise of Fair Housing, you're going to answer the question in Nearpod to approach the text. Then you are going to listen to and follow along with the read aloud of The Unfulfilled Promise of Fair Housing. The question that you will be answering is, based on the title, what do you know about the text? As you're answering this question, I want you to think about the following. What is the text mainly about, its topic? What do you learn about the text as you read? What stands out as important in the ideas of the text? How do the ideas and information in the text relate to what you already think or know?